Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I actually wanted to discuss with you the dieting process, how you can get started, and then kind of just go over mindsets you may run into and myths that you may encounter. I just kind of want to disprove a couple of those, just so that you don't set yourself up for failure. So the beginning stage is, if you're about to start counting your calories, the biggest thing is you need an app to be able to keep track of that. The app that I've used for the past decade is called MyFitnessPal. I got it on the Android. I don't know if it's for the iPhone. You can use different ones. All that needs to happen is you need to make sure that it can keep track of your calorie consumption, your macros, and just maybe have your goals put under it just to help keep you motivated. So when you actually begin the process of counting those calories, one of the most important things is always round up, never round down. And the reason that's important is because, let's say you have 10 small meals a day, and each meal you undershoot it by 20 calories. By the end of that, you're looking at being 200 calories over, right? And that may seem insignificant, but that 200 calories goes a long way. So if you're at 2,000 and you've put that you're at 2,000, you're actually at 2,200, which that will definitely weigh in whether you can lose or gain weight, right? Another thing, you need to make sure that you're including all things. That includes condiments. Condiments, candy, these things have actually a lot of calories. You'd actually be surprised by how many calories are in a bag of chips, you know? And having known that, it's going to make you actually be able to be mindful of whether you should be eating this or not. So if you're trying to be as accurate as possible, the best way to do that is, like I said, not only round up, but get a food scale. A food scale you can get at any store like Walmart. It's only going to cost you like 10, 15 bucks, and you're going to be able to keep track of how big the portion is, so you can know the exact amount of grams that it is. Or you can even use, cup sizes to be able to get an accurate amount. So that's the best way to be accurate. Now I want to cover a couple circumstances. So one of the important things is to make sure that if you have cravings, satisfy them. The reason I say this is because too often it happens, you're making yourself miserable. You're doing this cleanse, health, diet that just lasts for 6 months, and it just sucks, the entire experience. And guess what? By the time you finish it, or maybe before you even finish it, you're going to come upon a craving that you really want. Once you get to that point, there's the high likelihood that you're going to binge. You're going to go too far, and that 6 months you just spent losing the 15, 20 pounds, you're going to gain it all back within a matter of like a week. And it's just not worth it. If you have cravings, satisfy them, because everything that you eat has a certain amount of calories. Even a slice of pizza, right? The average calorie for a Papa John's pizza slice, it's 250 to like 350 calories. That's a lot, yes, for a simple slice, but if you have that craving, satisfy it, and then maybe 3 months down the line, it's not gonna make you go binge eat like 2 whole pizzas to yourself, because that's just unnecessary, and it's doing a disservice towards yourself. Secondly, I would like to talk to you about starvation mode. So a lot of people have the misconception that starvation mode is this thing to where you're going to eat this amount of food, you're going to be dieting, you're going to be at the deficit, but at some point you're going to come to this starvation mode to where you've been at a deficit for so long that you are no longer losing weight due to that, right? Don't get me wrong, there is such thing as starvation mode slowing down your metabolism, but it slows it down to an extent that is insignificant to where it's not affecting you. With that being said, even though starvation mode does not exist, I highly encourage having cheat meals. Typically, cheat meals can be about once a month, and the reason I encourage it is because it's kind of you getting that mental reset. You're getting that reward for a job well done. And since you're having that cheat meal, it's just something to look forward to keep working harder towards, right? And if you're working towards that, it'll definitely not only encourage you, but it'll help you reach your goals. However, keep in mind, a cheat meal does not mean you can eat whatever you want for the rest of the day. A cheat meal is still you taking a responsible amount of calories. Typically, what a cheat meal will look like is you're adding on about an additional 500 calories for the day, and you're typically going to have it more carb based instead of protein or fats, right? But yeah, like I said, I encourage cheat meals. The next one, water weight. So a lot of people are trying to take shortcuts by just, they'll go on a long run, and they're gonna get this run done, and they'll go in the sauna for like an hour, and they just lost a lot of water weight, right? Don't get me wrong, it will help you lose the weight temporarily, but this does not count as actual true weight loss. If you're trying to lose weight to help your overall goal, that's gonna come through actual proper nutrition and calorie counting to help you get to your ideal weight. As a matter of fact, if you're working out, that's only an additive. If your goal is not muscle growth, working out is not important. It's not essential to lose weight, because what working out is doing at the end of the day is A, you're putting yourself through a progressive overload to be able to build muscle, and B, you're just burning more calories. So if you have 2,500 calories a day, and then you went on like a 15-minute run, you just burned like 200 calories. So although you ate 2,500 calories, in reality you ate 2,300 calories because you just burned 200 from the actual working out. And that's not even including the average calorie consumption through just doing nothing all day.